Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Louise Minchin and Dan Walker.
Headlines for you at 8 o'clock. It's a Tuesday, the 18th of May. Ministers are stepping up calls for people to book a coronavirus vaccination as soon as they're offered one, amid increasing concern over the Indian variant.
It's now spread to 86 local councils with more than 2,000 confirmed cases across the UK. And this comes as lockdown restrictions were eased in most of Britain yesterday to allow more social mixing.
Let's talk about this more with our chief political correspondent,
Now, police in Gloucester are saying there's enough evidence to begin excavation work at a cafe as they search for the body of a suspected victim of the serial killer Fred West.
Officers are investigating the disappearance of 15-year-old Mary Bastholm, who worked at the cafe before she went missing in 1968.
Let's speak to our reporter, Andrew.
Plans to protect and restore the natural world for future generations will be announced by the government later on today.
For the first time, legally binding targets in England will be set to try to halt the decline of certain species by 2030. Our science correspondent, Victoria Gill, can explain.
If you've been watching us all morning, you will know that Carol is out and about for us on the London Eye.
So that, Carol, I'm listening very carefully to what you're saying, Carol, but also enjoying the scenery behind you. It really does.
Glorious scenery.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands of British holidaymakers have spent their first night abroad after restrictions on international travel were eased.
Yeah, Portugal is one of those 12 destinations currently on the government's green list, which means British tourists don't have to self-isolate when they come back.
Yep, our transport correspondent, Caroline Davis, was on board a flight this time yesterday. Look where she is now. She's on the beach. I know you're there for journalistic reasons, but it does look also lovely. Glorious scenery.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands of British holidaymakers have spent their first night abroad after restrictions on international travel were eased.
Yeah, Portugal is one of those 12 destinations currently on the government's green list, which means British tourists don't have to self-isolate when they come back.
Yep, our transport correspondent, Caroline Davis, was on board.
Let's speak now to one family who are currently enjoying their long-awaited holiday in South Portugal. We've got Gary. Lovely to talk to you. We know the weather's lovely. How are you enjoying your holiday so far?
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're looking for.
Tell us a little bit, how was getting there? What was it like? All the procedures you had to go through and all the thick forms, etc.?
How different does it feel to, you know, what you've been going through at school and back at home to what you're doing now? Can I ask how you managed to get Jack out of school, Gary?
You've been working hard, haven't you? Because you're a key worker, aren't you? Tell you what you've been doing in the pandemic.
You showed some of those pictures at the time. Very memorable post round that was. And Georgina, we spoke to Caroline Davis, our transport correspondent, who's on the beach down in Villamora at the moment, and she was talking about the fact that it's not particularly busy. What's the hotel like? How many people are there?
Thank you very much, Gary, Georgina and Jack. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a lovely holiday.
Bye.
I feel like we're almost having a sort of a bit of a holiday ourselves.
We've got. It's honestly
Living
this program today is packed with lovely views. Here comes another one. 20 past 8. Home to 250,000 plants. The UK's largest accessible walled garden.